So question number 1. Okay. Who adopted consumption as a criteria of national income? So who was the person who said that consumption should be part of national income? Option number A, Lipsy. Option number B, Pigou. Option number C, Marshall. And option number D, Fisher. Who adopted consumption as a criteria of national income? Lipsy, Pigou, Marshall, or Fisher? What do you think should be the answer to this question? Right. So, beta, the correct answer to this question should be, it should be anyone? Anyone can answer this? It should be Fisher. So the correct answer to this question is D. The correct answer is Fisher. Fisher said that consumption should be a criteria of national income. According to Fisher, ultimately everything is being consumed by consumer, and therefore it is very important to include consumption in national income. Correct, beta. Okay, beta. Question number 2. According to Freud, national income is dash. Option number A, sum of all factor earning from current production of goods and service. Option number B, sum of all factor earning of goods only. Option number C, sum of all factor earning of previous and current goods and service. Option number D, none of the above. So according to Freud, what do you think is national income? What does national income stand for? Is it the sum of all factor earnings from all the goods and services? Is it the sum of factor earnings of only goods? Is it the sum of previous goods plus current goods and service? Or is it none of the above? Okay, absolutely correct, beta. The correct answer to this question is that it only includes current production. सिर्फ इस साल की production को हम include करेंगे, and it includes both goods and service. हम goods and service दोनों को ही include करेंगे. So the correct answer to this question is A. Absolutely correct answer. Okay, question number 3. When real GDP increases, quality of life. Option number A, can increase or decrease. Option number B, increases. Option number C, decreases. Option number D, no effect. So what happens when the real GDP of an economy increases? Does the quality of life increase or decrease, remains constant? What do you think should happen when real GDP increases? Absolutely correct, beta. The correct answer to this question should be B. Whenever real GDP will increase, it means that quality of life will also increase. एक और question कभी-कभी आ जाता है that when real GDP increases, what happens to the output in the economy? So, beta, real GDP, it reflects the output of the economy. And if real GDP will increase, then the output of the economy will also increase. Whenever real GDP will increase, output of the economy will increase, right? So it is also correct. ठीक है, तो next question beta. Which of the following is true about normal residents? Option number A, staying for more than 1 year. Option number B, having economic interest in country. Right? Which of the following is correct in case of normal residents of the country? So, option number A, only one is correct. Option number B, only two is correct. Option number C, both incorrect. Option number D, both correct. What is the definition of normal residents of any country? क्या होते हैं residents country के? Staying for more than 1 year, having economic interest in the country. इनमें से कौन सा statement correct है? Okay, D, B. ठीक है बेटा, तो किसी भी इकोनॉमी के रेजिडेंट के लिए द डेफिनेशन इज दैट नंबर 1, they should be living for at least 1 year, at least 1 साल के लिए रहना जरूरी है. And number 2, their center of economic interest should be within the country. उनका पैसा कमाने का जरिया उस कंट्री के अंदर ही होना चाहिए और उनका इंटरेस्ट सारा उस कंट्री के अंदर ही होना चाहिए. So basically we can go ahead and say that both the statements are correct, and therefore the correct answer to this question will be both correct. Right? So both correct means that they should be staying for at least 1 year. कम से कम 1 साल के लिए उनका वहां पे रहना जरूरी है, and they should be having economic interest within the country. Okay, beta. Next question. Right? So match the following. Okay, I'm giving you some options. You need to match, right? Labor, land, capital, entrepreneur, wages, rent, interest, profit. ठीक है, मैच करना है 1 2 3 4 को. सो आंसर विल बी 1 with C, 2 with A, 3 with B, 4 with D, or 1 with A, 2 with B, 3 with C, 4 with D, 1 with B, 2 with D, 3 with D, 3 with C, and 4 with A, 1 with A, 2 with C, 3 with B, and 4 with D. What do you think is the right answer to this question? Match the following करना है. What do you think will be the right answer to this question? Okay, B. Absolutely correct. Correct answer, yes. So बेटा लेबर को मिलती हैं wages, लैंड को मिलता है रेंट, कैपिटल पे होता है इंटरेस्ट, एंड एक एंटरप्रेन्योर को मिलता है प्रॉफिट. So all of you are correct. Yes, the correct answer to this question is B. This is the correct answer. Absolutely correct. ठीक है बच्चे. Come to the next question. So the next question is, if nominal GDP of a country is 800 and real is 400, then the price index of the country will be A 150, B 200, C 100, fourth 140. So you are given that the nominal GDP of the country is 80 and you are given that the real GDP of the country is 400. What will be the price index of this country? Okay, B. Anyone else? B, fine. Okay, so beta, this is very simple. Kabhi kabhi exam mein they will ask you find the price index, and sometimes they will ask you find GDP deflator. दोनों ही cases में answer would be the same. चाहे आपसे GDP deflator पूछा जाए या आपसे price index पूछा जाए, the answer is the same, that it will be nominal GDP by real GDP into 100. So beta, this will be 800 by 400 into 100. That means the answer will be 200. So the correct answer to this question will be 200. Right? ठीक है बेटा. Next question. The difference between national income and net national product at market price is A, net debt transfer, B, current transfers from the rest of the world, C, net indirect taxes, and D, depreciation. What is the difference between national income and net national product at market price? इन दोनों के बीच में difference क्या होता है? You need to go ahead and tell me that. Anyone? Okay, D, C, right? C, fine. So try to see बेटा, यहाँ पे बहुत सिंपल है. जब भी हम नेशनल इनकम निकालते हैं ना, whenever we find out national income हमेशा होती है NNPFC. National income is always at factor cost. And whenever we go ahead and we find ये लिखा हुआ है net national product at MP, मतलब ये simply हो गया NNPMP. So if I have to go ahead and find the difference, तो difference किस वजह से आ रहा है? What is the reason of difference? The reason of difference is factor cost and market price. And market price और factor cost का जो difference है, that is nothing but net indirect taxes. So the correct answer to this question should be C, that it is net indirect taxes, because we are finding the difference between factor cost and the market price. दोनों ही NNP हैं. Both of them are NNP. बस एक फैक्टर कॉस्ट पे है और एक मार्केट प्राइस पे है. ओके बेटा, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द वर्ड क्लासिकल इकोनॉमिस्ट was used to define thoughts of option number A, Malthus and Ricardo. Option number B, Adam Smith and Ricardo. Option number C, Adam Smith and Malthus. Option number D, Malthus and Karl Marx. So whenever we hear the word classical, तो बच्चे ये classical word किसके thoughts को represent करता है? Which thoughts are represented through the classical economist? Is it Malthus and Ricardo? Is it Adam Smith and Ricardo? Is it Adam Smith and Malthus? Or is it Malthus and Marx? According to you, क्या कौन से economist classical economist कहलाते हैं? Right? Absolutely correct option. So beta, it is the option number is B. Yes, we refer to Adam Smith and Ricardo as the classical economists. तो हमेशा याद रखना, please keep this in your mind. Adam Smith और Ricardo को classical economist बोला जाता है So the correct answer to this question is B. Correct. Absolutely correct. Right. Please don't mark Malthus. Malthus को हम classical economist के definition में नहीं use करते. Classical economics word was defined by Adam Smith and Ricardo. ठीक है बेटा. Next question. Very easy question I'm giving. Who said supply creates its own demand? Option number A, Keynes. Option number B, Ricardo. Option number C, Smith. Option number D, Say. Who said supply creates its own demand? Okay. Absolutely correct. So JB Say ने कहा था that supply creates its own demand. Absolutely correct. Yes, beta. So the correct answer to this question is D. Okay, next question. Which of the following is not an assumption of classical theory? Not an assumption hai beta, huh? Which of the following is not an assumption of classical theory? Option number A, wage price flexibility. Option number B, underemployment equilibrium. Option number C, long run equilibrium. Option number D, neutrality of money. तो ये बोल रहा है which of the following is not an assumption. Please read this out word बेटा. Not an assumption of classical theory. इनमें से कौन सी चीज है जो classical theory लोग believe नहीं करते थे? They didn't believe in that. Okay, absolutely correct. Yes बेटा. The correct answer to this question is underemployment. Classicals के according you always had full employment level, right? You were always at full employment. तो underemployment नहीं हो सकती थी, and that is a correct option. So I am just writing all the assumptions of classical theory. तो इनका पहला assumption था बच्चे full employment. Second thing was that money is only a medium of exchange. Right? Full wage and price flexibility. Right? Long run equilibrium. Neutrality of money. Right? And laissez-faire. Laissez-faire means leave the market to itself. So laissez-faire. So these were some of the assumptions of the classical. ये सारी की सारी हमारी classical की assumptions थी. ठीक है बेटा. Next question. So the idea that a general cut in wage will finally lead to full employment was suggested by option number A, Keynes. Option number B, Marshall. Option number C, Say. Option number D, Pigou. So who suggested that if you have a general cut in wages, अगर wages को cut किया जाए तो आप full employment equilibrium attain कर पाओगे. Okay. Okay. Absolutely correct. Yes, beta. The correct answer to this question will be Pigou. तो थोड़ा सा समझते हैं what Pigou went ahead and said. तो Pigou ने बोला कि देखो, when you will reduce the wage ना, तो firms का cost of production will fall. And when this will happen, तो firms will be reducing the price. And when price will fall, then the amount of money balance that people have will increase. Real money balance बढ़ जाएगा लोगों के पास. And when that will happen, then people will become richer. परचेजिंग पावर बढ़ जाएगी, एंड व्हेन पीपल विल बिकम रिचर देन द कंजम्पशन विल इंक्रीज, व्हेन कंजम्पशन विल इंक्रीज एग्रीगेट डिमांड विल इंक्रीज, व्हेन एग्रीगेट डिमांड विल इंक्रीज तो डिमांड को फुलफिल करने के लिए एम्प्लॉयमेंट विल इंक्रीज, एम्प्लॉयमेंट विल इंक्रीज। तो ये पूरा का पूरा एक सिनेरियो हमें पिगो ने दिया। पिगो सेड दैट रिड्यूस द वेज, प्राइस, वेज कम करोगे तो प्राइस भी कम हो जाएगा, रियल मनी बैलेंस हाथ में बढ़ जाएंगे, लोग ज्यादा अमीर हो जाएंगे, उनकी परचेजिंग पावर बढ़ जाएगी, कंजम्पशन बढ़ जाएगी, डिमांड बढ़ेगी और फिर एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी बढ़ेगी। सो दिस इज द साइकिल गिवन बाय एसी पिगो। ओके बेटा, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। According to classicals, saving is option number A, increasing function of interest. Option number B, decreasing function of interest. Option number C, decreasing function of income. Option number D, none of the above. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू क्लासिकल्स विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट? सेविंग्स को हम पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव कौन सा फंक्शन मान सकते हैं इंटरेस्ट रेट का? एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट, यस बेटा, द करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज ए, सेविंग इज एन इंक्रीजिंग फंक्शन ऑफ द इंटरेस्ट रेट। मानिए जैसे जैसे इंटरेस्ट रेट इंक्रीज होता है, जो लोग सेव कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज दे विल गेट मोर रिटर्न, they will be saving more money out of it. So saving is an increasing function of the interest rate. Classicals के according हमारा जो इक्विलिब्रियम है वो वहां अटेन होता है where saving and investment are equal to each other. So as interest rate increases, savings will increase. As interest rate increases, investment will decrease. और जहां पे भी saving and investment equal होंगे, wherever saving and investment will be equal to each other, that will be your equilibrium interest rate and equilibrium amount of loanable funds in the market. ठीक है बेटा? Okay. Next बेटा, next question. In the equation, MV is equal to PT, which of the following is constant? Option number A, P and T. Option number B, V and P. Option number C, V and T. Option number D, P and V. Right? So please go ahead and tell that what are the things that are kept constant in this equation, right? In the equation, MV is equal to PT. Which of the following are kept constant? Okay, absolutely correct. Yes, beta. So try to think here. See that MV is equal to PT. यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग। इसको ना हम ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ ग्रोथ, दैट द ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ मनी प्लस द ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ वेलोसिटी इज इक्वल टू द ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ प्राइस प्लस द ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शंस। ठीक है? ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ प्राइस इज कॉल्ड इन्फ्लेशन बेटा, सो वी कैन राइट दिस एज ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ मनी प्लस ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ वेलोसिटी इज इक्वल टू इन्फ्लेशन प्लस ग्रोथ रेट ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन। Now, what we assume is कि velocity grow नहीं कर रही, number of transactions grow नहीं कर रहे हैं, both of them are zero, and therefore we get that the growth rate of money is equal to inflation. जितने से money grow करेगा, prices भी उतने से ही grow कर जाएंगे. This is called as neutrality of money. हाँ, तो we hold velocity and transaction growth rate at zero. So the correct answer to this question, everyone is correct, will be C. Correct answer will be C. ठीक है बेटा, next question. Which of the following statement is correct according to क्लासिकल्स। क्लासिकल्स के अकॉर्डिंग इनमें से कौन सा स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है? फर्स्ट, इन लेबर मार्केट डिमांड and supply of labor determine equilibrium output and employment. Right? And option number B, the classical economist regard demand of labor as function of W by P. Option number C, the demand of labor is increasing function of W by P. Which of the following statement is correct in these three? So option number 1, only A is correct. Second option, only B is correct. Third option, A and B are correct. And fourth option, B and C are correct. Right? So three statements are given to you, beta, in this case. First statement is saying that in the labor market, demand and supply of labor determine the equilibrium level of output and employment. Second says that demand is a function of real wage rate. Okay. Third कह रहा है बेटा that labor is an increasing function of real wage rate. And fourth, and you have to tell which of the following is correct. Okay, absolutely correct. Yes, the correct answer will be 3 बेटा. तो हमारा जो इक्विलिब्रियम है क्लासिकल मॉडल में वो वहां डिटरमाइन होता है where demand of labor and supply of labor are equal to each other. ठीक है, that is the first option and that is absolutely correct. उसके बाद हमें ये समझना होगा, so this is demand of labor and supply of labor, जहां पे ये wherever they meet you get the equilibrium. बेटा equilibrium में यहाँ पर we get the real wage rate and real number of people employed in the market. So this is correct. Yes, the demand of labor is a function of the real wage only. It is a function of real wage only. तो इसमें भी कुछ गलत नहीं है. This is absolutely correct option. But तीसरा ऑप्शन गलत है. Demand is a decreasing function of the real wage rate. Demand is not an increasing function of real wage rate, right? It is a decreasing function of real wage rate. तो ये statement एक गलत statement हो जाता है. Okay बेटा, next question. So next question is arrange them in chronological order. Right beta? So option number A, Alexander Hamilton. Option number B, Jeremy Bentham. Option number C, William Godwin. And option number D, David Ricardo. You have to arrange them in the chronological order. आपको इनको chronological order में arrange करने, right बेटा? ठीक है बेटा. तो option number A है 4, 2, 3, 1. Option number B है 1, 2, 3, 4. Option number C है 2, 1, 3, 4. And option number D है 3, 1, 4, 2. You need to arrange them in the chronological order, right? और ये क्या बोल रहे हैं हम यहाँ पे 4 names are given to you. पहले तो आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि what does this mean? हाँ, ये किस बारे में बात हो रही है? So try to understand that here we are talking about the classical economist. ये सारे के सारे classical economist हैं and you have to arrange them in the chronological order. Okay, so you are saying B, A, C, D, fine. Someone is saying C, okay. Right. ठीक है बेटा, प्लीज मेरे साथ पहले नोट डाउन करेंगे हम, देन वी विल आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. सो प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस, एवरीवन नोट दिस डाउन. तो बेटा क्लासिकल इकोनॉमिस्ट को अगर हमें क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर में अरेंज करना है, सो वी गेट इट इन द फॉलोइंग फॉर्मेट. एडमंड बर्के, ईयर लिखो बच्चे 1729 से 1797. जेरेमाई बेंथम, ईयर लिखो बेटा 1748 से 1832. हेनरी थॉर्टन 1760 से 1815. जीन बैप्टाइज से, जेबी से जिनको हम बोलते हैं, जिन्होंने बोलते हैं सप्लाई क्रिएट्स इट्स ओन डिमांड, राइट बेटा. सो 1767 टू 1832. विलियम गॉडविन 1756 to 1836. Henry Thornton 1760 to 1815. James Mill 1773 to 1836. Jean Charles 1773 to 1842. Robert Owen 1771 to 1858. Ricardo 1755 to 1772 to 1823. And finally Hamilton. So you need to remember the chronological order in which the classical economists came. ये chronological order को देखना एक बारी थोड़ा important है, right? So थोड़ा सा याद कर लेना बच्चे. एडमंड जेरेमी हेनरी से गॉडविन थॉर्टन, मिल चार्ल्स, रॉबर्ट, रिकार्डो, हैमिल्टन. This is the sequence in which the classical economists have come. अब इसी sequence पे you will be able to answer this question correctly. So first we have Bentham. After Bentham we have Henry. Then we have the next answer will be Godwin, right? And then we have Ricardo. अच्छा यहाँ पे sorry I just missed the year. बेटा हैमिल्टन का ईयर एक्चुअली 1755 है. इट शुड हैव बीन इन बिटवीन, उसको बीच में कर लेना. जस्ट राइट इट हियर. हाँ, हिज ईयर इज 1755 एक्चुअली, राइट? सो ऑन दिस बेसिस प्लीज गो अहेड एंड ट्राई टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, आई एम लीविंग दिस अप टू यू नाउ, बट जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर. ओके, फाइन बेटा. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Now we will go ahead and we will take questions from ISLM curve. I am giving everyone a minute. Please note this down. एक बार ये note down कर लो. This is very important for exam point of view. It can be asked in exam. Okay. Now let's move on to the questions related to multiplier and ISLM curve. So the first question. You are given that Keynesian consumption function is given like this. C is equal to 10 plus 0.8 YD. And you are given that the disposable income is 1000. Find the savings of the person. Right, beta? Option number A, 0.80. Option number B, 190. Option number C, 810. Option number D, 800. So I am telling you that this is the consumption function. आपको एक consumption function दिया हुआ है. और आपको डिस्पोजेबल इनकम भी दी हुई है. यू आर ऑलरेडी गिवन द डिस्पोजेबल इनकम ऑफ द पर्सन. You need to find how much savings this person has done, right? So just go ahead and try to solve this question, beta. ठीक है. So try this, beta. Very simple question. क्या करेंगे हम? We will go ahead and put disposable income within the consumption function. तो हमें मिल जाएगा C is equal to 10 plus 0.8 into 1000. तो this will be 10 plus 800. तो बच्चे this will be 810. This will be 810. अब बोल रहे हैं find savings of the person. तो बच्चे savings will be nothing but income minus consumption. तो disposable income is 1000, consumption is 810. तो savings will be 190. So the correct answer to this question will be 190. Right? Okay, beta. Next question. According to Keynes, level of employment is determined by option number A, market demand, B, market supply, C, individual demand, या D, effective demand. So what according to Keynes determines the employment? Employment किस से determine हो सकती है? Is it determined using market demand, market supply, individual demand, or effective demand? What determines the market demand? Absolutely correct, beta. The correct answer to this question is effective demand. तो केन्स के अकॉर्डिंग एम्प्लॉयमेंट इफेक्टिव डिमांड के थ्रू डिटरमाइन की जाती है. सो ट्राई टू सी दिस थिंग. यहां पर हमारे पास होता है समथिंग कॉल्ड एज एडीपी कर्व, एग्रीगेट डिमांड प्राइस कर्व, और फिर हमारे पास होता है एक एएसपी कर्व. अकॉर्डिंग टू केन्स, वेरेवर एडीपी एंड एएसपी कर्व मीट, जहां पे भी ये दोनों मीट करते हैं, इंटरसेक्ट करते हैं, दैट इज वेयर वी गेट एम्प्लॉयमेंट. इतने लेबर एम्प्लॉयड होता है, एंड दिस हेल्प्स अस गेट द पॉइंट ऑफ इफेक्टिव डिमांड. इसी से हमें हमारी इफेक्टिव डिमांड के बारे में पता चलता है. सो करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज दिस ओनली. करेक्ट. ठीक है बेटा. ठीक है. Next question. When economy reaches full employment, AS curve becomes option number A, flatter, B, steeper, C, vertical, D, horizontal. तो जब इकोनॉमी अपना फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल अटेन करती है, what happens to the AS curve? You need to go ahead and answer that question. Vertical. Absolutely correct, beta. The correct answer to this question is that the economy becomes vertical, the AS curve becomes vertical. Beta, इस पूरा चीज को ना we can go ahead and we can define it like this. So what we can go ahead and we can do is we can take AS curve in 3 parts. इस part को हम बोलते हैं short run AS curve. And this part of the AS curve actually ये हो जाता है हमारा Keynes का AS curve. Then beta, this is called as medium run AS curve. And this part of the AS curve, this is called as the long run AS curve. और ये लॉन्ग रन एएस कर्व जो होता है ये क्लासिकल एएस कर्व होता है, एंड दिस इज एट फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल ऑफ आउटपुट. दिस इज एट फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल ऑफ आउटपुट. So yes, everyone is saying it correctly that this happens when you are at full employment level, जब आप long run में होते हो तो आपका जो AS curve होता है वो vertical हो जाता है. The AS curve becomes vertical in nature. Right बेटा, next question. ठीक है, तो क्वेश्चन देखो बेटा. I am saying, suppose, let me give you some questions related to the chapter on your mathematical part also. तो हम थोड़ा maths related question भी कर लेते हैं. So please write down. Assume that your utility function is, but a very important, such kind of questions can be asked tomorrow. तो question function देखो, min of x1 x2 plus max of x1 x2. Then it has same preference as option number A, x1 plus x2, option number B, x1 into x2, option number C, 2 times of min x1 x2, option number D, 2 times of max x1 x2. But you are given a utility function and the utility function is min of x1 x2 plus max of x1 x2. तो ये जो प्रेफरेंस रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, ये सेम प्रेफरेंस इनमें से कौन सा यूटिलिटी फंक्शन रिप्रेजेंट कर सकता है? यू नीड टू गो अहेड एंड टेल दैट. सो ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. Very good, very good. Yes, the correct answer to this question is answer number A. And the easiest way to go ahead and solve this kind of question is by taking cases beta. तो यहाँ पे देखो कि अगर मैं assume कर लेती हूँ that x1 is less than x2, then what will I get? Beta, between minimum of x1 x1 less than x2 है, so minimum will be x1 and maximum x1 x2 में हो जाएगा x2. So the utility function that you are getting will be x1 plus x2. Like that only you can take different cases and you can try. You can take x1 greater than x2 also and x1 equal to x2 also. आपको तीनों ही केस में आंसर A ही मिलेगा, that x1 plus x2 will be the answer to this question. Correct. Okay beta, next question. So you are given that the short run average cost curve of firm is given by Q minus 15 into 2 plus 4, right? Find out the level of output at which AC and MC are equal to each other. आपको ये वो level of output निकालना है जिसपे AC and MC equal हो जाए. Answer option number A 0, option number B 1, option number C 2, and option number D 3. So you are given the short run average cost function of the firm and you need to find out that level of output at which AC and MC become equal to each other. Try to do this better. ठीक है बच्चे, try to see this thing, huh? Okay, so you are saying C. ठीक है, देखते हैं बेटा. देखो, you are given average cost दिया हुआ है आपको Q minus 15 into 2 plus 4. ये average cost दिया हुआ है बेटा. Just try to open this up. क्या हो जाएगा? ये हो जाएगा 2Q minus 30 plus 4. तो बेटा this will be 2Q minus 26. So आपका जो average cost होगा that will be 2Q minus 26. तो बेटा what will be total cost of this firm? अगर हमें इस firm का total cost निकालना है, so we know that average cost can be written as total cost divided by Q. So total cost of the firm will become average cost into Q. तो बच्चे this will become 2q minus 26 into q. तो this will be 2q square minus 26q. तो बेटा what will be marginal cost? Total cost differentiate कर दो with respect to q. तो this is going to be 4q minus 26. अब ये कह रहा है फाइंड द पॉइंट वेयर एवरेज कॉस्ट एंड मार्जिनल कॉस्ट आर इक्वल टू ईच अदर. तो वी नीड टू इक्वेट 2q minus 26 to 4q minus 26. तो कर दो इक्वेट बच्चे. 4q minus 26 is equal to 2q minus 26. तो यहां से हमारा q आ जाएगा 0. So the correct answer to this question will be A. The level of your Q that you will be attaining will be 0. So all students who mentioned the answer as 0, that is the correct answer. Yes. ठीक है? I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay, beta. Next question. Suppose nominal interest rate of an economy is 10%, inflation is 5%, tax rate from interest is 40%. Find after tax interest rate. Right, beta? Option number A, 1%. Option number B, 2%. Option number C, 3%. Option number D, 4%. तो ध्यान से क्वेश्चन को पढ़ो. क्वेश्चन बोल रहा है that you have given that the nominal interest rate of the economy is 10%. आपको ये 10% nominal interest rate given है. And you are given that the inflation of the economy is 5%. और आपको दिया हुआ है कि 40% आपका आफ्टर टैक्स इंटरेस्ट रेट है, आपका टैक्स रेट है. सो व्हाट विल बी द आफ्टर टैक्स, यहाँ पे आई हैव मिस्ड द वर्ड, आफ्टर टैक्स रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट ऑफ द इकोनॉमी क्या होगा? व्हाट विल बी द आफ्टर टैक्स रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट ऑफ द इकोनॉमी? ओके, ए सी. ठीक है बेटा, दिस इज वेरी वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन. तो ध्यान से देखना है. देखो, till today whenever we used to find the real interest rate हो जाता था nominal interest rate minus inflation. अब क्या हो रहा है ना, that on this nominal interest rate आपको टैक्स भी पे करना है 40% का. So आपको टैक्स भी subtract करना पड़ेगा before you can go ahead and get this real interest rate. So it is going to give you nominal interest rate minus inflation minus tax. Tax is 40% of this 10. Right? तो बच्चे this will be 10 minus 5 minus 4. तो ये हो जाएगा 1. So the real tax rate will be 1. The real tax rate will be 1. This is how you can go ahead and solve this question. तो बस याद रखना है that when I am finding the real tax rate, I will also go ahead and I will also subtract the tax first. तब मेरे को real interest rate economy का मिल पाएगा. Okay बेटा. So next question please. So the next question says that let's suppose that a firm has 2 plants, right? And chances are less beta that lexicographic preference will be coming, but you can remember some basic properties of lexicographic preference, like whether they are continuous or discontinuous, whether they are singleton points or whether they form a complete utility function, right? When I say lex x to y, whether what will be my final equilibrium? Very, very less chance it will be coming, but if it comes, there will be very basic properties. Suppose that a firm has 2 plants, and let's suppose that I am telling you that the cost function of first plant is given as y1 square, and the cost function of second plant is given to you as y2 square. ठीक है? You have to tell me which of the following statement is true. A, all output is produced in only one of the plant. B, Y/2 output in plant 1 and Y/2 in plant 2. C, all division of output result in same cost incurred. And D, none of the above. थोड़ा tricky question है बेटा, try to do this thing. You are given that there are two plants of one firm. एक ही firm के दो plants हैं. The cost function of the first plant is given as y1 square and cost function of second plant is given to you as y2 square. Then out of these, which of the following statement is correct? Whether they will be producing half output in each plant, या सारा आउटपुट किसी एक प्लांट में प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, या किसी भी जगह प्रोड्यूस कर लें एक ही कॉस्ट आएगा, या नन ऑफ द अबव. Which of these is the correct option? Absolutely correct, beta. All of you are saying it correctly. The correct answer to this question will be B. B is the correct answer to this question. देखो ध्यान से समझो बात को. The cost function of plant 1 is y1 square and cost function of plant 2 is y2 square. हाँ, तो अगर हम cost functions को देखते हैं तो cost functions resemble each other. एकदम similar ही दिख रहे हैं cost functions. And if I go ahead and I find out the marginal cost function also, वो भी equally होंगे बच्चे. So you can see marginal cost will be 2y1 and marginal cost will be 2y2. And we reach our equilibrium where we will equate the marginal cost from the two plants. तो 2y1 will be equal to 2y2. तो बेटा y1 जो है वो y2 की equal हो गया. So if I tell you that the total output that we are producing that is y units, तो हम कह सकते हैं कि हमें total output y की equal करना है, but y1 and y2 are equal to each other. So I will get y1 plus y1 equal to y. तो I will get 2y1 equal to y. तो बेटा y1 हो जाएगा y/2 and y2 will also be y/2. So both of them, दोनों ही plants में we will have equal production in the two plants and it will be equal to y/2 each. So that is the correct answer to this question. Absolutely correct. ठीक है बेटा. Come to the next question. So in the next question, let us go ahead and say that you are given that there is a monopoly whose marginal cost is 6 rupees and the elasticity of demand is minus 2.5. Find the price monopolist would charge. Right, beta? Option number A, 6, B, 8, C, 10, D, 12. So you are given that the marginal cost of the monopolist is 6 rupees and you are given that the elasticity of demand is minus 2.5. Find out the price charged by the monopolist. क्या price monopolist charge करेगा? Find out the equilibrium beta. Please try to use the learner's index. 150% there can be a question on the learner's index tomorrow. So MR will be equal to P 1 plus 1 by E. MR और MC equal ही होते हैं. So you will get 6 is equal to P 1 plus 1 by minus 2.5. So you will get 6 is equal to P minus 2.5 plus 1 by minus 2.5. Right? And you will go ahead and get 6 is equal to P minus 1.5 by minus 2.5. So P will be 2.5 into 6 divided by 1.5. So the answer to this question will be 10. Exactly. So all students who are saying that the answer is C, that is the correct answer. Beta, just use this formula and get the answer to this question. बहुत difficult question नहीं है. It's an easy one. But definitely इसमें से क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आ सकता है, right? Okay, beta. Next question. So you are given that there is an economy which is a closed economy, and you are given that the investment function is 2000 plus 0.1y minus 8000 r, and you are given that the savings function is 1000 plus 0.2y plus 2000 r. ठीक है? Then you are given that the economy gets into liquidity trap at R is equal to 0.01. Find the maximum value of Y at equilibrium. Option number A, 7,800. Option number B, 9,000. Option number C, 11,000. Option number D, none of the above. Try to do this question better. You are given that there is an economy, and in this economy you are given the investment and the savings function. आपको investment function ये दिया हुआ है और savings function ये दिया हुआ है. And it is telling you that the economy gets into a liquidity trap when R is equal to 0.01. Find out the maximum value of output in this economy. Okay, so you are saying the answer will be B. So let's try this beta. Beta, simply हम savings equal to investment कर देंगे. So I will get 2000 plus 0.1y minus 8000 R is equal to 1000 plus 0.2y plus 2000 R. We will equate savings to investment simply. Huh? So if I equate savings to investment, what will I get, बच्चे? I will get that यहाँ पे मेरे पास आ जाएगा 1000 and here I will get 0.1y and here I will get plus 10,000 R. अब I am given that the value of R will be 0.01. Economy liquidity trap में है, but value of R is 0.01. So I will just plug that value. So 1000 is equal to 0.1y plus 10,000 into 0.01. So I will get 1000 is equal to 0.1y plus, when you will go ahead and plug this value, beta, what will you get? You will get the answer as 100. So 900 is equal to 0.1y. So y will be 9,000. So the correct answer to this question will be 9. Right? So equilibrium आ जाएगा आपका बेटा at 9,000. Am I clear with this? Okay, beta. Next question. So let me go ahead and let me take some questions from the point of view of let's say the types of consumption function. Now उसमें से कुछ लेके देख लेते हैं. So give me a moment. Let me pull in another test for you guys. Okay, let me first cover some questions based on the Mundell-Fleming model then. Just give me 1 minute as I pull these questions out. Okay, I'll give you on inflation till then. So write down, beta. It takes time to change my assignment. So core inflation has been described as, right, beta. Option number A, food inflation. Option number B, headline inflation. Option number C, headline inflation minus food plus fuel inflation. Option number D, fuel inflation. Try to answer this, beta. What do you think is core inflation of the economy? Okay. बेटा हेड ओके ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग हाँ बेटा जब हम हेडलाइन इन्फ्लेशन की बात करते हैं हेडलाइन इन्फ्लेशन इज द मेजर ऑफ टोटल इन्फ्लेशन ऑफ इकोनॉमी पर इसमें सारी तरीके की इन्फ्लेशन आ जाती है इट इंक्लूड्स फूड इन्फ्लेशन ऑल्सो इट इंक्लूड्स एनर्जी इन्फ्लेशन ऑल्सो फ्यूअल इन्फ्लेशन ऑल्सो तो जब हम कोर इन्फ्लेशन की बात करते हैं व्हेनेवर वी टॉक अबाउट कोर इन्फ्लेशन हम उस हेडलाइन इन्फ्लेशन में से जब फूड एंड फ्यूअल की इन्फ्लेशन को हटा देते हैं then we go ahead and we get core inflation. So the correct answer to this question will be answer number C. Core inflation is headline inflation minus food plus fuel inflation. Correct. ठीक है. Next question बेटा. Which type of inflation occurs when an economy has inflation and recession? So which type of inflation takes place when you have both inflation and you have both recession in the economy, right? So you need to go ahead and tell what happens in this case. Okay. So option number A, stagflation. Option number B, deflation. Option number C, core inflation. Option number D, both B and C. Exactly. So just try to go ahead and answer this question. Absolutely correct, beta. The answer is stagflation. देखो stagflation में stagflation stands for stagnation plus inflation. Right, beta? It stands for stagnation plus inflation. तो stagnation का मतलब हो गया कि output नहीं change हो रहा है, output is not increasing, and inflation means inflation only. तो answer will be stagflation in the economy. ठीक है बेटा. Next question. Demand pull inflation and cost push inflation are combined in which inflation? Right, beta? Demand pull inflation and cost push inflation किस inflation में एक साथ आते हैं? Option number A, creeping inflation. Option number B, wage push inflation. Option number C, core inflation. Option number D, hyperinflation. When do you see demand pull inflation and cost push inflation together? एक साथ वो कब आते हैं? You need to go ahead and answer that question. Okay. Okay, beta. The correct answer to this question will be, everyone is saying D. अच्छा एक बात बताओ, थोड़ा सोचो, हाँ बेटा, अगर वेजेस बढ़ती हैं तो कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगी, अगर कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगी तो गुड्स के प्राइसेस भी बढ़ेंगे. So if wages will increase, cost of production will increase. If cost of production will increase, price will increase. क्योंकि अगर मेरा महंगा प्रोडक्ट बनेगा तो मैं बेचूंगी भी महंगा, right? Tell me something. When wages will be higher, I will have more money with me. If I have more money with me, अगर मेरे पास ज्यादा पैसा है, then I will increase the demand of my products. And if I will increase the demand of products, again, it will increase to inflation in the economy. So it will be wage push inflation, which will combine the demand pull inflation and cost push inflation. So the correct answer to this question will be B, beta. It will not be D. It will be B. ठीक है? Okay. Next question. Which of the following is true about walking inflation? Option number A, price increase between 3 to 10%. Option number B, price increase up to 3%. Option number C, inflation is more than 10%. Option number D, price increase more than 20%. Which of them is true for walking inflation? इनमें से कौन सा definition walking inflation के लिए correct है? Is it between 3 to 10%, less than 3%, more than 10%, or more than 20%? Which of the following is the correct answer for walking inflation? Okay. Absolutely correct, everyone. The correct answer to this question is between 3 to 10%. Beta, up to 3% को हम क्या बोलते हैं? Can anyone tell me what is the inflation when it is up to 3%? ये वाली definitions you need to remember. आपको याद रखना बहुत जरूरी है. What is walking inflation? What is creeping inflation? What is hyperinflation? और किसमें कितना inflation होता है? You need to go ahead and you need to remember that exactly. हाँ, very good. So you need to remember बेटा कि creeping inflation और walking inflation का difference क्या है? Okay, बेटा next question. Who said inflation is always and everywhere a monetary phenomenon? Very common line, beta. Option number A, Keynes. B, James Tobin. C, Friedman. D, Baumol. Who said inflation is everywhere, always and everywhere a monetary phenomena? इनमें से कौन सा आंसर सही है? So you need to go ahead and tell me that. Okay, yes, you are correct. The correct answer to this question will be option number C. Exactly. But Friedman talked about this in 1963. Friedman ने इस statement को दिया था 1963 में that inflation is always and everywhere a monetary phenomena. Exactly. Exactly. Absolutely correct, beta. Okay, now let me go ahead to the next question. So Next question. Pigou effect is also known as option number A, Keynesian range. Option number B, classical range. Option number C, Keynes effect. Option number D, real balance effect. Try to answer this, beta. Pigou effect is also known as which of the following? You need to answer this question. Try to answer this. Okay. Absolutely correct, beta. Yes, that is the correct option. So Pigou effect is also known as the real balance effect, and that is the correct answer. Absolutely correct, beta. Yes. एकदम ठीक है. Okay, beta. Modified version. Next question. Modified version of Pigou effect given by Patinkin in 1956 is dynamic analysis of A, Pigou effect and classical range, B, Keynes effect and Pigou effect, C, Keynes effect and Keynes range, D, both A and B. Try to answer this thing, beta. What is the modified version of Pigou effect which was given by Patinkin in 1956? Okay, D, fine. Others? तो पैटिंकिन ने क्या किया ना बेटा, पैटिंकिन ने पिगो इफेक्ट माने रियल बैलेंस इफेक्ट को और केन्स इफेक्ट को एक साथ क्लब करा, और एक साथ क्लब करने के बाद उन्होंने एक डायनामिक इफेक्ट क्रिएट किया वेयर यू हैड बोथ केन्स एंड पिगो इफेक्ट टुगेदर. ठीक है. अब पिगो इफेक्ट जो है वो आईएस कर्व को भी अफेक्ट करता है, और इसमें इन्होंने क्योंकि दोनों को एक साथ लिया है, so we can go ahead and say that this is going to be answer number B. It will be Keynes effect and Pigou effect together, right? So the correct answer to this question is going to be answer number B, that Patinkin went ahead and he clubbed the Keynes and Pigou effect together. ठीक है बेटा. Okay, so I think with this I have highlighted most of the questions that we wanted to do today.